politics, and then the currency debate.
Politics of the unemployment advantage. Politics of the unemployment advantage. Everybody got it?
The dishonored ways in terms of the case, a single nuclear weapon destroys the Earth's atmosphere, triggering massive global warming on an escalated scale. Guardian 6. A sudden change in Earth's ecosystem because the nuclear blast would worsen and effects would global warming. Warming is a problem go up by a few tenths of degrees and gradual with changing off from the small nuclear war would postulate would be shock to the system. And only a trade war a trade war only escalates if the actors have weaponry involved, so we control the internal link to proliferation. That's our one is the impact card. And judge this debate in terms of time frame. There's still generations upon generations on the global warming clock, even if you believe 100% of the global warming claims. Additionally, proliferation happens quickly, whereas the trade war has to escalate in economic and real terms. All multilateral sides have to be broken down for us to go to war over the economy. Our allies have to intervene to stop. The WTO would definitely be on our butts if we got involved in trade conflict. There's no risk this is going to happen as fast as massive proliferation. They say the CTBT doesn't stop proliferation, but continued U.S. testing has been an incentive for North Korea, Iran, and Syria to think it's okay to develop weapons. Ahmadinejad and al-Assad have literally been quoted to the effect that if the U.S. has weapons or can test weapons, then so can they. And two, the U.S. is still testing September or Navy drills with South Korea used a new brand of missiles. DoD is developing advanced hypersonic weapons, and they're the last stage of development of making plasma channel lasers. We are testing weapons right now. This is just a bold-faced lie. 3, this evidence is written by Secretary of Defense. He has been sent to downplay the U.S.'s nuclear capacity and protect its weapon deployment because he's pro-military, and 4, prognostication over U.S. signatures is the only thing stopping testing. Resumption, Arms Control Association, February 11. Nuclear weapon testing is dangerous, unnecessary. Vestiges of last century in the United States invested in nuclear weapons testing. There's global verified ban on the would serve the capability of nuclear armed states develop more deadly weapons without nuclear test explosion. Would be nuclear armed nations to prove your war plans of nuclear war design for positive U.S. action. CTB more resumption of testing will only grow. Unique debate. 1, national polls, state polls, exit polls, and recent gains in employment history. Supreme Court win, give the Obama the lead. That's our silver evidence. 2, recognize there's not a solid uniqueness argument. Maybe the affirmative, the closest thing they come to is the Rothschild evidence, which is, well, I don't know, he could not win. We can never really tell. That is not a bold-faced answer. And Obama's up demographic shifts and swing state advantage from runner 611. Swing state demographic advantage could work to Obama's advantage. Obama's lopsided proportion caused by minority who Obama overwhelmingly right lies and youth vote polls. 12, new poll finds that Obama will still get 64% of youth vote among jazz challenge 50% proven Obama's reports 41 say they'll vote for him. They say Rothschild. 1, the underlying portion of this card says, quote, a prediction engine suggestion that second term is likely for the current president. This is a negative card. It contradicts itself in the underlying portion. 2, this isn't an argument that's glorified. Well, I don't know card. That was a buff. 3, articles focus on consensus trends, not outlining their evidence is flawed. Silver 12. Each of these 6 polls might include demographic downbreaks from, say, 15 demographic groups. Several of these results most certainly will follow 700 yearly will be outliers. They say it's fluke, but 1, this evidence is talking about one specific poll, not all polls in general. And 2, we read the conclusion of that evidence as uniqueness. Sullivan sees that Obama is ahead for the time being, but that there's margin of error. So it's some poll. That's why we give you several indicators. We're not just giving you one more and telling you to blindly abide by it. On the link debate, this is pretty laughable. The first card of the 1AC literally says that everything, the projects have been killed because everyone hates it and won't give it money. There is no reason this plan should be popular. Extreme cost, upset over the stimulus after stimulus, inability to see the so-called crumbling infrastructure was planned massively and popular. That's our 1C link card. And there's no evidence that directly connects the plan's popularity to the public margin. They don't have a single piece of evidence. They say riddling to encourage, but this evidence concedes that only a few people are on board and that they're supposed to rally the troops. That's impossible. And you can't promise that they would ignite a manufacturing infrastructure. It doesn't make sense. Actually, the current highway systems and the New York subway rails are made using Chinese cement and Chinese steel. There is no manufacturing sector that's going to grow off this because we get the materials from abroad, not from here. Currency debate. Raise your hand if you don't understand this advantage. More internal links than a chain. This advantage has more internal links than a chain link fence. Unemployment reduces consumer demand and makes China angry because of blah blah blah. I don't understand what's going on here, and there's way too many internal links for you to have a solid cohesive argument. For our first argument is the economy is resilient. The Fed has revolutionized the economic downturn. There was 3 massive economic crises in 2005 when we held them all. Katrina, there was a terrorist attack, and nationwide insurance Ponzi scheme. That's a breakout evidence. The economy is extremely resilient, and a Pepsi challenge. Ryan, if you can name 5 scenarios where the economy is declining has triggered war, then I would be extremely impressed. You might even have an advantage still. Actually, the largest war in history, World War II, happened when Germany was in an economic upswing. All history is against you. That's our Ferguson evidence. And older evidence on the economy is better because during downswings, like right now when we're in a recession, people are more tend to be more alarmist. So there's only a reason why to our evidence we have a rational analysis. And Sullivan drops all the nitty-gritty of our advantage. Yuan is massively appreciating now. It's increased by 17% in the past 5 years. The Chinese recognize that they need to do something about the currency. That's our economist evidence. And there's no link between unemployment and Chinese currency. That is our economist evidence.